1880s, several members of my family moved to the island and found it to be lovely. We were blessed to be part of the Episcopal congregation that met here, and I worked very well with the bishop of the time, John Freeman Young. Bishop Young had very big goals for a broader Episcopal ministry in this area, and these coincided with my similarly large purse and Rollins' goal of not having to have church in their parlor. All joking aside, by 1880, there were two congregations meeting in the area, one in a schoolhouse on Batten Island, and the other near the intersection of Fort George Road and what is now called Heckscher Drive. The present site for the church had been generously donated by Archibald and Carolyn McIntyre, affording a location that was accessible by both groups. As such, all that was lacking by 1881 was a proper church building. My grandfather was a business partner with John Jacob Astor, so, as one might expect, I was blessed with the means to see to this minor inconvenience. I met with Bishop Young in 1881 and donated $1,500 for the construction of the church building, leaving the details to him in his greater vision. Services were being held in the unfinished building by the end of that year, and construction was completed in 1882, with the exception of the windows. Not wanting to leave anything undone, I made another donation in 1883 for the installation of the very windows that surround you today, with the exception of the memorial window and the Hallelujah windows, which were installed in memoriam of notable church members. At the same time, the church women's group, calling themselves the St. Agnes Guild, raised money for and installed the bell, Your Holiness, if you will. For the most part, the church architecture exists today as it was when I commissioned the building. When you kneel at the altar and look up at the light shining through the admittedly embellished depiction of St. George, you're seeing the same thing that I saw from the same vantage point. When you hear the bell ring, you hear it just as the first women's group heard it, taking such great pride in their contribution to something destined to be bigger. What's more, this church became a place of family worship. My daughter, Virginia, worshipped here with me and my children and saw that this building and grounds became a lasting legacy, not just to our family, but to God Himself.